This is Monday, time for tips. I'm doing it a little differently than my lives in the past. I'm gonna turn the phone around and there they are there. And these are the tips for Monday, October 28th. Ready? Here we go. Doing it in Reels format. And the tips are coming to you all about enhancing the listener experience. Find things, especially you definitely want to find the things that people are going to want the most when you're thinking, putting your content together, you're planning your shows, when you're planning and organizing the structure of your shows. You want to make sure you're doing it in such a way that the listeners will enjoy listening to and be able to get value from it as smoothly, easy as possible. It's all about enhancing the listener experience. And 3 tips that I have that I showed you in the beginning here. Interactive elements is one tip that's the first tip for this Monday podcast tips. Enhancing listener experience, interactive and listener participation. How can you develop the different things? It could look in such things as could call-ins, dedicated email address for submissions to boost engagement, contribute to questions, stories, opinions. So not only makes listeners feel involved, but also personalize the podcast experience. Second tip, moving on to the second tip, and that's optimization for SEO and accessibility. Enhancing the listener experience also involves making the podcast more discoverable and accessible. And this includes scripted titles, optimized show notes, keywords, chapter markers, adding all that to make the listener's life easier as can be. And adding all this will help them jump right to the point, everything that they want to get to. This will help optimize your episode, your show, your video, whatever it is, whatever piece of content, not just for a podcast. It'll help optimize, it'll help do all that. And then the last thing, which I've been really focusing on myself this last year, engaging visual content. If it's not visual, if someone doesn't want to click on it, guess what? Your content's not going to get watched. If it's not visually appealing, if it doesn't stand out, pop out, all the things that visual content, what makes someone want to click, on your content. If it doesn't do that, you're not going to get the clicks. You're not going to get people interested. Suggested content, by suggested content or search or whatever, there maybe, if it's just a screenshot of you talking, maybe because it's more personable, then maybe that's a maybe, because it could go either way with that. Well, podcasts are primarily auditorial. I'm reading right here that I have a little description that I with the help of AI a little bit. Integrating visual content can enhance the experience, especially for listeners who consume content on smartphones or tablets. This could involve creating video versions of the podcast as well. Not just, I mentioned thumbnails, but add a video version, like I just said there. Create multiple clips. Batch producing, those past tips that I gave you, batch producing. Multiple clips on social media. One episode, an hour long, you can cut up and you can get probably 10, 15, 20 pieces of content to post for the next month. And you can schedule it out intrinsically, so you don't have to be posting every day. And you can free up your time to do other things that will move the needle better. So clip, schedule, post 20 to 30 clips for the month. get them all ready to schedule and post, so you don't have to be posting every day. Visuals can help convey tone, emotion, context, and might be lost in just audio, making the content more relatable and shareable. So video podcast is definitely can be more engaging with video podcasts, which I do as well. Spotify has, you can upload your video to Spotify and have video right on Spotify and YouTube. Maybe not the other platforms yet, like Apple, but Spotify definitely has that option available. Additionally, platforms that support it, embedding images, video clips within the audio file itself, can provide an interactive element for listeners who prefer or need visual aids. So there's the tips of the day. If you like, subscribe, follow, write a comment how I'm doing, and just let me know what else you want to see. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow on the next tip video.